Hello, you're watching weekly highlights program on Azərbaycan Televiziya with the major developments of the week. I'm your host Ilham Məmmədov. Now first let's take a brief look at some of the top stories of this week. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces Ilham viewed C-27J Spartan military transport aircraft produced by the Italian Leonardo company at the Heydər Əliyev International Airport. President Ilham received Under-Secretary General of the United Nations and Executive Director of the United Nations Environment Programme, Inger Anderson. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces Ilham viewed C-27J Spartan military transport aircraft produced by the Italian Leonardo company at the Heydər Əliyev International Airport. Modernization of the armed forces, including the military air forces and its supply, are among the priorities of our country.
Möhtərəm Prezident Cənab Ali Başkomandan, hərbi nəqliyyat təyyarəsi baxışa hazırdır. Müdafiə Naziri General-Polkovnik Zakir Həsənov. Sağ olun. Sağ olun. Çox sağ olun.
On June 26, at the Heydər Əliyev International Airport, President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Supreme Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces Ilham viewed a C-27J Spartan military transport aircraft produced by the Italian Leonardo company. Defense Minister of Italy, Guido Crosetto, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of Italy, Edmondo Cirelli, and Chairman of Leonardo Company, Stefano Pontecorvo, participated in the event. The aircraft is capable of performing both defense and civil defense missions in complex geographical terrain and operational conditions. The C-27J Spartan aircraft will be used for military transport airdrops of paratroopers and cargo, as well as for medical missions. The Azerbaijani state pays special attention to the modernization of the military air force in line with the modern requirements. Acquisitions of new aircrafts and UAVs, development of professional servicemen and pilot are one of the important components of the army building. The involvement of the Air Force during the military operations held during the Second Karabakh War demonstrated the expedience of the works carried out. Today, in the post-conflict period, the Azerbaijani state pays special attention to the army building, including to the modernization of military aviation arsenal. President Ilham Aliyev received a delegation led by Minister of Defense of the Republic of Italy, Guido Crosetto.
The delegation also included Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of Italy, Edmondo Cirielli, noting that 26 June marks a milestone in the history of Azerbaijan-Italy relations. President Ilham Aliyev mentioned that a new chapter has been opened in bilateral relations and the two countries have already embarked on military technical cooperation. Emphasizing that Italy has a highly developed military technical industry, the head of state described the delivery of the C-27J Spartan military transport aircraft to Azerbaijan as an indicator of the high level of relations between the two countries. President Ilham Aliyev said that Italy and Azerbaijan maintain strategic partnership in many fields, noting that Italy accounts for most of Azerbaijan's trade relations in Europe and the trade turnover between the two countries exceeds $15 billion. The head of state held the fact that many Italian companies are successful operating in Azerbaijan and participating in several projects, underlining that the cooperation between Azerbaijan and Italy in the field of oil and gas is important not only for the two countries but for the entire Europe. President Ilham Aliyev emphasized that strong political relations lie at the heart of its development and said that the joint declaration on strategic partnership between the Republic of Azerbaijan and the Republic of Italy forms the basis of these relations. The head of state underscored that the two countries maintain close contact regarding preparations for COP29 to be hosted by Azerbaijan this year. President Ilham Aliyev said that the cooperation between the two countries also covers other areas, touching upon the relations in the field of education. The president noted that Italy-Azerbaijan University has actually started to operate, adding that the construction of a new modern building and educational complex for this university is currently underway. President Ilham Aliyev expressed his confidence that relations between the two countries would continue to expand. Expressing his gratitude for the reception, Italian Defense Minister Guido Crosetto conveyed his congratulations to the head of state on the occasion of 26 June, the Armed Forces Day. Minister Guido Crosetto recalled his previous meeting with the President of Azerbaijan, noting the importance of visiting Azerbaijan with a large delegation and the presence of Italy's Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Edmondo Cirielli. Minister Guido Crosetto hailed the fact that the two countries have embarked on cooperation in the field of defense industry.
On 27th of June, President Ilham Aliyev received President of the Asian Development Bank, Masatsugu Asakawa. The head of state noted that the visit of the Asian Development Bank president to the region provides an opportunity to gain deeper insights into Azerbaijan's ongoing development processes and fosters continued strong cooperation between Azerbaijan and the bank. President Ilham Aliyev expressed gratitude for the bank's pivotal role in developing sectors critical for both the country and regional cooperation. The head of state particularly appreciated the Asian Development Bank's steadfast support in projects related to the transportation of Azerbaijani natural gas, contrasting it with financial delays caused by European financial institutions. The Azerbaijani president reiterated in this regard that, as he had mentioned before, despite Azerbaijan supplying natural gas to Europe, European banks had not demonstrated readiness to ensuring financing, unlike the Asian Development Bank. The president underscored that as Azerbaijan progresses, new objectives and challenges arise in creating strong economic ties with neighboring countries around the Caspian Sea and beyond. The head of state emphasized the importance of charting new pathways to continue successful cooperation with the Asian Development Bank. Masatsugu Asakawa expressed satisfaction at personally meeting with the head of state on the 25th anniversary of Azerbaijan's partnership with the Asian Development Bank, thanking him for the kind words. ADB President Masatsugu Asakawa also recalled the meeting held in a video conference format in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic. He congratulated President Ilham Aliyev on his victory in the presidential elections, expressing his hope that the cooperation between the Asian Development Bank and Azerbaijan would continue successfully towards the realization of strategic priorities lying ahead of Azerbaijan in the future. Discussions were also concerned with the production and export of green energy. The head of state underlined the importance of the establishment of green energy zones in Azerbaijan, including the construction of hydroelectric power plants in the liberated territories. The president noted that up to 270 megawatts of hydropower potential has already been created in those territories, with discussions underway to increase it to 500 megawatts. The meeting also addressed cooperation regarding the North-South Railway project, as well as further expansion of relations in the field of transport between the Central Asian nations and Azerbaijan. President Ilham Aliyev also received Under-Secretary General of the United Nations and Executive Director of the United Nations Environment Programme, Inge Anderson. Inge Anderson conveyed her congratulations to Azerbaijan on hosting COP29. She said that Azerbaijan would become a center where the whole world comes together to engage in discussions on global climate change. The UN Under-Secretary General emphasized the significance of COP29 to be hosted by Azerbaijan, adding that this event will see adoption of very serious and important decisions in terms of submission of financial and transparency reports and other parameters related to climate change. Noting that Azerbaijan's hosting of COP29 truly testifies to the embodiment and example of the country's leadership on climate change, Inge Andersson described the creation of the Troika mechanism as a crucial step and conveyed her congratulations for this wise decision. The UN Under-Secretary General mentioned that the world is transitioning from fossil fuel to a new type of fuel. Describing attempts to criticize oil and gas exporting countries as unfair, Inge Andersson said she personally does not regard it as fair. She emphasized that every person in the world needs this form of energy, emphasizing that Azerbaijan has demonstrated strong political will in terms of green climate and green transition. Inge Andersson noted that the steps undertaken by Azerbaijan with regard to global methane pledge, decarbonization, modernization of the oil and gas industry are important. The UN Under-Secretary General hailed and conveyed her congratulations for the environmental measures implemented at the national level in Azerbaijan. She particularly commended the development of the digital and smart agriculture concept, waste management measures to protect the environment, the ecological environment of the Caspian Sea and biodiversity, and other areas. Inge Andersson praised the declaration of 2024 as the Green World Solidarity Year in Azerbaijan. Inge Andersson noted that as part of a visit to the country, she also met with the environmental volunteers and young people from IDEA, a young organization operating in the field of environment. She also mentioned her visit to the Shirvan National Park. Inge Andersson noted the expansion of cooperation between UNEP and Azerbaijan, announcing the World Environment Day would be celebrating in Azerbaijan on June 5, 2026, under the auspices of UNEP, emphasizing its significance as one of the most important global environmental events. President Ilham Aliyev thanked her for the kind words and hailed the cooperation between UNEP and Azerbaijan. Andersson's observations of the ecological environment meetings with youth during her tour of the regions. Despite being an oil and gas exporting country, the other state highlighted Azerbaijan's plans to transition to green energy, demonstrating the country's political will. The president considered the unanimous support of nearly 200 countries for Azerbaijan's presidency of COP29 as a sign of trust in the country. The Azerbaijani leader stated that Azerbaijan's presidency of COP29 would contribute to building bridges, trust and solidarity among world nations. President Ilham Aliyev emphasized that Azerbaijan represents the global south and as the chair of the non-aligned movement in 2019-2023 with strong ties to EU countries will work to strengthen solidarity and climate change between the global south and the global north. The president noted that Azerbaijan has identified the issues of small island states as a priority and is closely working on this issue with the Troika countries. President Ilham Aliyev mentioned that Azerbaijan is also suffering from climate change, observing that while the country used to experience droughts and decreased rainfall, there has recently been an increase in precipitation. During the conversation, there was an exchange of views on waste management, environmental issues concerning the Caspian Sea, its decreasing water levels, and the need for more systematic work and cooperation in these areas. President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev, received U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for European and Eurasian Affairs, James O'Brien. James O'Brien held the discussions held during the recent telephone conversation between U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and President Ilham Aliyev. He emphasized the United States' commitment to advance the regional peace agenda and its readiness to support this process. He underscored the importance of cooperation between Azerbaijan and the United States in various areas, including the further development of relations at the strategic level in this regard. The sides discussed regional cooperation, Middle Corridor, and other issues. President Ilham Aliyev recalled his telephone conversation with Antony Blinken, noting that during the phone talk, discussions revolved around a wide range of relations between the two countries. President Ilham Aliyev underlined that successful cooperation had been established between Azerbaijan and the United States in various fields since the first days of the country's independence. During the conversation, the role Azerbaijan played in the energy security of Europe, energy cooperation between Azerbaijan and the United States, fruitful and useful consultations of the delegations of the two countries within the framework of the COP were highlighted. James O'Brien underlined that the United States will continue its support in delivering a successful COP29. That was all for the week. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.